When people come here, they probably think of two things with Sherwood Forest. The first one's probably Robin Hood, but the second one would be the major oak. So this tree's over 1,000 years old. It's seen so many different things over the years, but we are seeing that it's in declining health. You know, being that age, that's somewhat to be expected, but it's really important that we try and preserve and conserve this tree for as long as we can, partly because of its cultural heritage importance, but also because it's got great biodiversity value too. So at the moment, right behind me, we've got this amazing team of volunteers and staff and some of the UK specialists doing some incredible work to try and improve the quality and health of this very, very special tree.
We've always known that the major oak is very, very old, very vulnerable, but there's a lot more to do to be able to restore vitality to it. So that's one of our primary objectives as the RSPB. We want to maintain this tree for another few centuries, and there's no reason why it shouldn't live for another few more. It's all about restoring function to the soils around the root system that's in the major oak.
In the heyday, we got over 500,000 visitors, and you can imagine all those people walking round the base of the tree, all wanting to go inside it, all wanting to climb it. All those people are compacting the soil, so none of the moisture can get through, none of the nutrients can get through. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to break through that solid pan, find the roots on the surface, drill down through the solid pan to see if there's any roots below. We're going to fill that with some rich nutrients that we've collected from the forest, some organic matter, some compost. We're going to feed the major oak's roots.
We did some preliminary investigations around the tree. So we looked at the mineral fraction in the soil, things like the pH, the level of organic matter. We also looked at the soil microbiology, and also a specific type of test which looks at the connection between the tree roots and the soil as well. So we know what it should look like naturally. We know that it doesn't look exactly like we might want it to. So the work that we're doing is alleviating some of the physical challenges in the soil that might impede root growth. This is really a delicate operation because we're actually working around very fine roots, often referred to as feeder roots. That means they are small, that means they break easy. And so the equipment that we're using is all hand-based, so they can avoid roots. This is the first of a series of annual treatments. So the idea is to focus on one particular area around the tree where there are live roots, and then repeat that annually until we've worked our way around the whole of the tree. However, that's if everything goes exactly as we want it to. Nature has a way of not following the best laid plan, so we'll be monitoring in the meantime, doing soil testing, obviously looking at the health of the tree and how it responds to what we've done this year, and using that to inform if we make future treatments, if we do, how they might be different.
The RSPB is a science-based organisation. We do everything with evidence to back it up, and all of our testing has been carried out by some of the UK's leading experts, so we're constantly adapting it. So when we find new evidence, we go back to our expert consultants and we discuss it again, and we work out what the next step is. There are so many interventions that we can carry out on this tree, and we want to make sure that we get them right in the future. Huge numbers of people care about this tree. They've got massive sentimental memories attached to it. It's pioneered a lot of tree management techniques, and people really want to see it go into the future with a bit more kind of lustre than it has at the moment. The major oak should live for another few centuries, and what we want to see as a result of this work, whether that's in 5 years' time, 10 years' time or 20 years' time, we want it to have a full vital canopy again. We want it to put acorns out again, because in the last few years it has looked very much its age, which is 1100 years old. But this kind of really careful, phased approach, there is every opportunity for this tree to be revitalised by the amazing work that everybody's put in.
It's iconic, and I think that's reason why we should be doing all we can to make sure it survives.